Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Rise and Grind Mastermind call. Starting your day with vision, starting your day with purpose. This call was started on September the 8th, 2016. And the purpose of this call is no single individual has the native ability, the knowledge, the know-it-all to be a successful person all by themselves. This idea was I guess you could say it was grafted by Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich. He emphasized the importance of forming a mastermind group if you desire to be successful on any level, whatever it is that you might be ambitious in achieving. My name is Randolph Mapp Jr., and today I'll be talking about today's topic will be taking a personal inventory, the importance of taking a personal inventory. Just for starters, every single individual, everyone is a walking corporation. You are a business to some degree. You have different things that you have to do to keep your life running successfully. And like every business, especially those that are successful, they have to complete an inventory, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, and annually. And these inventories are designed to track the company's progress or regression of the business. You know, I worked at plenty of businesses, and this is just a practical and a very efficient practice. Like I said, if you do desire to be a successful person, examples of things that, we take personal inventory on, if you, want to look at it from a business aspect, would be, what the products that are selling versus the products that aren't selling. What is the labor looking like? Various marketing strategies or incentives to get clientele to come to whatever establishment that you have. You have to keep a track of your employees and their productivity and et cetera. It's imperative that if we are to become successful or if we desire to live the most productive and efficient lives possible, that we begin to take an account of our business practices. Now, myself, I'm an aspiring entrepreneur, author, I'm a college student, I'm a parent, I have a lot of different roles that I play. And when I was thinking about this, I was like, I have to sit back sometimes and look at, how productive or how unproductive am I being with the business that I have, with my business, Randolph's business that he's doing just on a day-to-day basis. And, some of the products on my shelf that I have to keep account for are, it's not like your Quickie Mart or whatever. It's not sodas, chips, cookies, things of that nature. But some of the products that I have to look at is, time management. I have to look at various things like my spending habits. How much am I spending versus how much am I saving? I also have to keep in mind, am I making smart purchases or am I making purchases off impulse? Another thing that I have to look at on my shelf in Randolph's store is, am I reading, am I researching, am I putting in adequate time to be as informed as I can be about, what it is that I'm doing, whether it's schoolwork or making music or trying to, be the best partner in this joint venture that I'm looking to embark upon. Am I preparing myself, enough for the job? Am I putting in the extra work, so that I can be prepared, for whatever may come down the line? So inventory is very practical and it's very important, and it's something that we should do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis just to see our progress as individuals. Would anybody like to chime in before I continue?
Yeah, I'll chime in.
Okay, cool.
Daily, A daily inventory is very, very helpful to me as far as showing me where I am compared to where I'd like to be. The reality versus my expectations. Am I living by how close am I coming to living by the principles I claim to adhere to? And it's kind of sobering sometimes to show me that, especially when I fall short, when I'm shown to be falling short, but it's also, that's part of the growth process, to go astray from the path I've committed to living, and to be able to catch it, and to be able to see a pattern and learn from it, and to improve upon what I'm already doing, even when I'm making mistakes. So if anybody else would like to take it from there.
Okay, thank you for your input on that, Greg. I know when I was coming up with this topic for, taking a personal inventory, I was just looking at really a big important thing for me is how I'm spending my time, because I have a lot that I have to do, and procrastination is something that I'm challenged with on a daily basis. I have to ask myself, am I relaxing or am I just being lazy? I had a project that I had to do for a class that unfortunately still isn't done. And when I thought about it, I was thinking, I knew this assignment was done. I had the syllabus way in advance when class started. And sure, life shows up, but was I being the most productive with my time? Then I had to look at, okay, instead of being on the phone this many hours, instead of relaxing for this much time, I could have sacrificed, or not even sacrificed. I could have just actually ended some calls earlier on, before we got to really talking about nothing, or I could have turned the TV off and picked up my book or got on the computer and did what I needed to do, so that at the last minute I wasn't cramming everything in. Now the assignment is going to get done, but it's an uncomfortable position because I placed it on myself based on poor time management. Another thing that I look at on that I had to look at when I was taking the inventory of myself, I was looking at my finances, and I think we all look at this a lot on, just really, and so I was looking at my spending habits, and I was like, I'm spending at least almost $50 to $70. I know it's insane on coffee, from Starbucks to Dunkin' Donuts to the school coffee, and I'm like, hey, this is not smart spending. I could go to the grocery store, buy quality coffee, quality creams, quality whatever I want to do, and that can last me for like 2 to 3 weeks, and I can save that money towards something more important versus spending it on just that impulse, I need it, versus, making a smart purchase. It's things like that I like to, that I had to really, look at in my life and analyze, like, hey, what am I doing? Because those funds can be used for something way more useful. Something else that I had to look at was how well do I prepare for each day, and when I looked at that, I was like, I might need to go to sleep a little earlier, wake up a little earlier, that way I can get the most done with the time that I'm given. It's only 24 hours in a day. I got the same amount of time as Oprah, the same amount of time as Tyler Perry, the same amount of time as Greg, the same amount of time as Shayna, but what am I doing with my 24 hours? Am I maximizing the best out of it? And, like I said, from a business standpoint, you want your employees to be the most productive. And the most productive employees yield the most profits for the company. And if I'm not prepared, if I'm not spending my time wisely, if I'm not saving my money and making smart purchases, if I'm not informed on whatever information that I need to, whether it's for school, music, like I said, or business, I'm really not being the most productive Randolph that I should be. Now, how do I make these changes? by acknowledging, hey, these are some bad products that I got on my shelf. And if I want my business to stay running, okay, I need to take this off my shelf and replace it with this, and it's important that, we are mindful of what we're doing on a daily basis if we're to be the most successful people that we want to be. Would anybody else like to chime in on the subject? Okay, cool. Well, that's really all I have for today. It wasn't really a long topic. I was just, trying to put something out there. I hope that everyone got something from, the topic of taking a personal inventory is very important. In addition, I hope.
No, I was saying I most definitely got a lot out of what you were saying.
Oh, okay. Thank you. But yeah, it's a tough subject because you actually have to look at yourself, and be critical and be honest. And I mean, brutally honest, if you want to be successful. I mean, I could really go on and on about it, but I don't want to get to rambling or anything like that. But it's important that, we assess ourselves, how I'm spending my time, how is my spending, how is my versus my saving, am I relaxing or am I procrastinating, am I waiting or, am I fearful about this, or do I need to go ahead and make this move? It's important that we really, sit down and take that personal inventory. And like I said,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Chiming in what you were saying, it's very important that we do it on a regular basis as well, because sometimes, if we don't do it on a regular basis, we don't realize we've become complacent, or we continue for too long on the wrong path. And it's just funny, what you were saying today is really something that I'm just recently dealing with and looking at, is just to always do a self-inventory of myself and just check where I am, what I'm doing. Is it productive what I'm doing? What is it not? Do we need to, do I need to not do this certain behavior? Is it helping, not helping what I'm doing? It's just, it was a really good call. It just kind of confirmed some things that have been in my spirit, and I'm sure it probably helped a lot of other people too to hear that. And I'm just adding that just to, do it on a daily basis if you can, but on a regular basis, just get to the point where you just do a internal inventory of yourself and check on it. That's it.
Lastly, a picture I want to paint. Let's just imagine if you walk into any grocery store and you walk in and the first thing you smell is sour milk. You go down the aisle, the vegetables, produce have been in there for months. The smell is just despicable. You walk down, the chip aisle, you see a few roaches walking around in there, like, hey, what's going on? You're gonna get the heck out of that store in a hurry. And the thing is, when we choose not to take a personal inventory of our lives, we let a lot of things, like Shana was just saying, just go by. And day after day, month after month, those things just begin to sit, fester, go sour. And our spirit, in turn, suffers crucially because we're not doing the best that we can to make our store a righteous store, so to speak. So, if you want a successful life, a successful business, anything successful, it's important that we take a personal inventory of ourselves. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the call this morning. I hope that you received something from it. Please invite someone to tune in to the call. Please share, the message on SoundCloud with your friends. We thank everyone for listening and hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks.